picture a beautiful May morning. The sun is filling up your room, and you can hear the birds chirping from your bed. You roll over to see what time it is. It's 9:13. Perfect time to get up and get ready for a day filled with outdoor activities. But instead, you grab some pancakes and log on to Facebook, or play a few online games. Or perhaps you grab something to eat, and you go and turn your Xbox on and play Grand Theft Auto all day, without realizing the hours flying by. Humans today are generally enjoying spending most of their days inside, but they should go outdoors more often. Because people are staying indoors more often, they are not exercising. Not exercising creates a risk for disease, poor psychological health, poor self-image, weakness, and premature death. When people don't exercise, they are not burning fat, and they are not maintaining their body weight and their body mass index. This also leads to having a poor diet and creating no physical activity. When a person doesn't participate in physical activity, they can acquire chronic conditions such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, sleep apnea, and different cancers. Exercise releases endorphins, which are chemicals that enhance your mood. This is stated on the website of livestrong.com. Therefore, when people don't exercise their body does not release endorphins, and people may begin to develop depressions, anxieties, and they are less able to focus and concentrate. Also, when people don't exercise, they start to look at themselves poorly. When people look at themselves poorly, their quality of life decreases, as does their self-esteem, and their overall happiness. However, when people do exercise, their self-image does increase, as does their overall health and their quality of life, and they're able to focus on things easier. As a person decreases physical activity, their muscle, joints, and bones become weaker. Also, a lack of exercise can lead to premature deaths, and people who have multiple chronic conditions and lack of exercise are twice more likely to die than opposed to people who are regularly exercising 30 minutes a day. When people sit inside all day, they are not receiving vitamin D, and they are gaining weight. According to FamilyDoctor.com, vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium. This is very important for children and adolescents because their bodies are still young and still developing. Because vitamin D helps absorb calcium, it can help adults maintain their body mass, their bone mass. A vitamin D deficiency can affect your bones in two ways. The first way is osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a weakening of previously constructed bones, causing it to become fragile and easy to fracture. The second way is osteomalacia. Osteomalacia is when new bone tissue is created without enough vitamin D. Children who do not get enough sunlight, or in this case vitamin D, are more susceptible to getting childhood disease rickets, which is osteomalacia. Just as a quick reminder, rickets is a disorder that affects the bones, causing them to soften and to break easily. This is stated in the article, Vitamin D, What You Need to Know. When people don't get enough sun, it will also create problems with their teeth, including cavities and tooth structure. Vitamin D deficiency can cause cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. One of the biggest problems with staying indoors is obesity. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, one of the examples they used in the article was a 5'9" tall adult. If this adult was to weigh 124 pounds or less, they would be considered underweight. This is also true if their body mass index is 18.5 or less. If we use the same example as a 5'9" tall adult, if they were to weigh 203 pounds or more, they are considered overweight. And this is the same if their body mass index is 30 or higher. According to a newspaper article from Atlanta Journal-Constitution, in 2005, there were 365,000 deaths from obesity, which is a combination of poor diets and poor physical activity. It is now very clear that obesity is caused by the lack of exercise and the lack of having a good, healthy diet. It is also known how deadly this lifestyle is for overweight people and for people who are beginning to gain weight. The diet that is generally involved with overweight people involves a tremendous amount of fats, salts, and sugars. When people do begin to gain weight, they're very conscious about it, and therefore, they begin to stress about their body weight. The way your body then reacts to this stress is to gain even more weight. This cycle of stressing about weight and gaining weight causes of stress will continue to repeat itself. So what can we do to stop these things from happening? Well, for starters, we can go outside and enjoy the weather and have fun with friends by tossing a frisbee or football. Some options are to go for a walk around the track or go for a run. Enjoy the sun, but be sure to apply sunscreen to prevent sunburns. Being outside improves a person's vision when they look into the distance as well. According to the National Wildlife Federation, exposure to natural settings may be widely effective in reducing ADHD symptoms. They also state that nature makes you nicer, enhancing your social interactions, value for community, and close relationships. Ways that people can improve their diets is to eat more vegetables and take vitamins, and try to limit the amounts of fats, salts, and sugars that you eat. Also, people can make limits on how long they are doing indoor activities for, such activities as watching TV, playing video games, and spending time on the computer. To make exercising more enjoyable, there are certain workouts that people can do together in groups such as Insanity and Zumba. People need to get outside more for the simple fact to stay healthy. The ways to do that is to get enough exercise every day and to get enough vitamin D from the sun to help prevent yourself from getting diseases and disorders. The next time you wake up and it's early in the morning, are you going to sit around all day playing video games? Or go out and do something that's good for your mental health and your body?
Next speaker, please.